This is 2 Minutes Together, a ministry of Central Lutheran Church, Eugene, Oregon. I'm Pastor Ben. This week in our epistle reading, we have a selection from Paul's letter to the church in Rome, where in chapter 4, Paul is talking about Abraham. And Paul is discussing Abraham and Abraham receiving the promise that he would have a child and an heir. And there's a lot of things going on with that, but I'd love to focus on just one little aspect. In that, Paul talks about God's capacity to give Abraham a child. And he says, it's God who brings alive that which was dead and who calls into being that which did not exist. Says that's the aspect, the God who creates. We so frequently can think of creation in two ways. First, I think most of us, when we talk about creation, we think about things like what I have right behind me of trees and the natural world. But so infrequently do we think of ourselves as part of creation. Secondly, we tend to think about creation as something God did a whole long time ago, finished that, and now we live in the creation, but the act of creating was sort of done. Neither of those things are what Paul's talking about. Paul's talking about the creator God who is continually creating in our lives. The one who calls into being that which does not exist. Not just one who did that a long time ago, but one who's doing it right now. Probably for very few of those watching will that look the way it did for Abraham of a child or something like that. But there is something new in your life being called into being. What is that for you this week? Is it a new relationship? Is it a new look on the relationship you already have? Is it a new opportunity? Even if that new opportunity is simply us being in a very similar circumstance to where we were before, but in that new opportunity to show grace in a new way, to receive grace in a new way. The opportunity, the time, the space God is creating for you each and every day. This is 2 Minutes Together. I'm Pastor Ben.